welcome back, everybody. Garrett from Born to Be Rad here with my special guest once again, Christian over at Planet CHH. Christian, what is going on, man?
It's been a while, dude.
We just pumping out a lot of this stuff because I think people are digging it, especially when it comes to like these different contexts and topics and whatnot. Because we're kind of talking about more like the DVD stuff lately and some of the nostalgia with collecting from back then, and it's actually funny because it is kind of taking a life of its own, which I think is really cool. Then there's obviously people out there that are like, no, it's not true. It's not true. The DVDs aren't coming back.
That's true. Well, look, I'm not trying to start any sort of revolution, really. What this is nostalgia and bringing people back. And if anything, Garrett, if it's getting people into physical media collecting and keeping the hobby alive, that makes me so happy. I mean, that's really what it's all about. This isn't about me trying to make stuff cost more money. What do I say every time? Go to your secondhand shops, go to your vintage stores, go to your comic book shops.
Mm-hmm.
These movies are just pouring out on the shelves. They're abandoned. People have turned all this stuff in. Go look for it. Go look for it.
I agree. And it's also too, it's different content in the physical media realm, and talking about nostalgia, because again, like I said, this was my prime of collecting. And I look at this more from a collecting standpoint of, a standpoint of nostalgia. There's so many wacky editions on DVD out there that'll never see the light of day again, that I'm kind of like, grails that I always wanted, but for whatever reason, back in the day, I couldn't attain them. Either they were just out of print, they were very rare, I couldn't afford them, whatever. So I'm looking at my stuff now and I'm like, you know what, instead of me buying all these 4Ks for $40, like, you know what, I'll wait till they go on sale, and, maybe I'll spend, some money and try to find a couple like grails that are kind of inexpensive now when it comes to different formats like DVD or VHS before, they start raising in price, because people see these videos and they get FOMO and nostalgia and they're like trying to get it, because it really comes down to, what's in demand, right? So if people are having FOMO for all this stuff or nostalgia for all this stuff, then more people are going to want to access it, because I think it is, like we talked about before, they are important to physical media history. And that's kind of what we're talking about from more of a collector standpoint, rather than us just saying DVDs coming back and everybody's going to want to watch their stuff on DVDs. It's not really what we're saying, but I want to bring us back again today. We talked about cool box sets. We talked about the resurgence of DVDs, things that will never come out again. But this is about a line that was a little bit different at the time. We see boutique labels and stuff now, but this was a line by a big studio, MGM, and they were putting out these horror-specific movies. And not only were doing horror-specific movies on their own kind of line, but they had this little sub-line called Midnite Movies. And everybody will remember it because it had a specific logo on the top. You're going to see it right above us right now. And when you saw those things in the store, you were like, oh my God, like I got to check this out, because this might be a horror movie that I've never seen before. And when it had that stamp on there, you knew you might be in for something pretty damn cool. And I want to showcase some of the stuff I have. I want to talk a little bit about what this whole thing was, and hopefully it brings back a lot of nostalgia for you guys watching. And then Christian, I know you kind of got into the DVD collecting late, so you probably grabbed some of these on the tail end, and maybe you have some that I don't, because I don't think I've got them all here. I'm assuming there's a lot more than what I have. So I'm curious to see what you have. I'm curious to see what people watching, want to leave in the comments and let me know what else there was out there.
Yeah. It's going to be fun too, because with this video and learning about it, I'm going to actively look out for these now too, to build up my collection of them, because again, they're probably very cheap. Garrett, here's another thing. A lot of these may be on Amazon still Prime. They may be able to people could get these really cheap if they see these and they like them.
Yeah,
but I'm
100%. These were like dollar stores stuff for a while, because I think there was just such a boatload of them. So,
they were, but it's honestly, it's a fun looking label. I like the Midnite Movies fun. It's kind of got like this, drive-in style look to it, and they're fun, man. So I'm excited to talk about this and, see what you have. And there's obviously one that I think is the most famous one. We'll talk about it tonight. And I still love this release. The artwork on it is perfect, but we'll get to it. So wherever you want to lead us with this, man.
Well, I kind of pulled up a little article here and it kind of explained a little bit about it. So it says Midnight Movies is a line of B movies released first on VHS and then on DVD by MGM Home Entertainment. The line was launched by MGM in March of 2001 following its acquisition of Orion Pictures. So very, very interesting. And this really just kind of had to do with science fiction, horror, exploitation films, movies of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Things from like Vincent Price, Roger Corman. Like these are kind of a lot of things you might see in here, even some Hammer stuff, Canon stuff that they kind of acquired. And they said, how are we going to put these out and just get people interested? So they created this little kind of subline called Midnight Movies. And like you said, it did have a drive-in feel. And some of these movies, this is the first time and maybe even only time that these had a DVD release was on this little sub label before they got bought out and later came out on Blu-ray and stuff like that. So what I have here is I have a couple that are just standalone movies. Then they did a lot of double packs. And then I actually have at the end just a little bit of an offshoot of double features that they did that not really was part of the Midnight Movies line. It doesn't have that tag on it, but it was kind of a spin-off of that line. So, and I'm sure a lot of these are going to bring back some memories for you guys as well. So the first one is going to be Tobe Hooper's Invaders from Mars.
Oh, dude. Oh, whoa. I didn't know that came out from Midnight Movies.
This was the first time I had ever seen it.
I wonder if that's still in print.
Great movie, dude. Amazing movie, fun. And the thing about these two is they always gave us different artwork. Like, look at that's such an interesting artwork where the poster art is fantastic. It's like that just kind of you see over the mountain and it is glowing there. So yeah, this is a remake of an older movie, but it's a real good remake. It's really fun. And this was the first time I'd ever seen this movie was on this DVD. And Christian's doing the game where he likes something, so he's going to go buy it before this video drops.
It's not available. So it's not available. Never mind. It is. I can get it for Prime. I'm not going to buy any of these online unless he shows me something that I literally can't live without. I do have the Scream Factory Blu-ray, believe it or not, of Invaders from Mars, which some other company put it out right now. But I can get it used for $17, which is a little pricey for a DVD.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you couldn't eBay and maybe get a lot of these things at this point. I mean, you might be able to.
Dude,
I didn't really look.
Yeah, that's surprising. I've never seen that in the wild before.
It's just the disc art, it's colored, but nothing special inside. As far as features, it says publicity featurette, sci-fi promo featurette, theatrical trailer. So nothing really crazy on this 1986. Really cool movie though. Fun movie. And like you said, there is a Scream Factory version out.
Now it's another company
Blu-ray.
that put it out. Scream Factory.
Is there a 4K now?
No. Scream Factory lost the rights to that movie years and years ago. I mean, that movie came and went. I think it sold very poorly from them. If that's the reason they don't renew stuff, that means that the movie probably sold poorly for them. It went away, and some company, a new Blu-ray company that nobody really ever heard of, put the movie out. I don't even think it's available on Amazon Prime.
I think I remember hearing about that. Like it's kind of a bare bones, right?
Somebody we know bought it. I remember because they did a review of it.
Huh. Well, here's another really good one. This is another good one. This was another one. Like as we kind of talk about this, you'll see Scream Factory acquired a lot of these titles. So did Arrow and stuff like that. So this library where MGM had, they started, sending these out, and other companies were kind of buying some of these titles from them. And this next one is another Scream Factory one, and this was The Beast Within, and this is one if you never saw another cool movie.
Dude, you're killing me.
Great artwork here of him with the Letterman jacket. Different than what we're used to. Like you said, it does give it a different feel. I'm sure you guys out there remember this version. I think this was the only DVD this movie ever had.
Yeah, I swapped the artwork on my I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray of that, and you can swap it. It's got that white artwork where it's just like the silhouette, red. But you can swap it to that.
Oh, you can. This was an option for that.
You can swap it to that.
Cool.
You can. That is a sensational film written by the great Tom Holland. Shot in Mississippi, if memory serves. The movie was. I
Yeah,
believe.
Tom Holland is one of those guys, dude. Like, I like everything he does. Like, it's so funny. Like, I don't know what it is, and the movies can be all over the place, but I'm like,
Like
I
thinner
happen to
and
like him, and then I turn it around, and I'm like, oh, Tom Holland again. Like, yeah, like he was involved with like Class of '84. I mean, obviously Fright
oh yeah,
Night, and
that needs a
obviously
4K right now.
he had hands in other things like Child's Play. Like, I mean, there's so much things he had kind of his hands in the pot. So yeah, he's just fantastic. So that was The Beast Within. The
God,
next one
that's
I
so
think is
cool.
probably the one that you were speaking of, where it was like the most famous one, because this I think was I know this was the first time this had DVD was from this. Yeah. And it's Killer Clowns. And it's
I
got
think
that
everybody has this in their collection.
it was the only way to get it for a long time. I mean, there could have been another DVD release later, but we hadn't seen this again
Look
till
at that
what?
artwork though. It's perfect.
Great, dude.
I love it. But Garrett, here's the thing you never mentioned yet. What's
So,
cool about these DVDs, if you look on the back, folks, at home, go grab one of yours right
oh,
now.
the
It
fun
doesn't matter.
facts.
The fun facts.
Mm,
They give you the
mhm.
original poster and they give you fun facts. The director had hoped the shower scene would rival Hitchcock's masterpiece Psycho, substituting a toilet bowl swirl for the shower drain. I think Chiodo Brothers might have been being a little hokey, not being too serious. The $2 million budget went primarily to production costs. The clowns and visual effects were created entirely by the filmmakers at very little cost. Like, look at that. That's so cool.
You're right, dude. Actually, I kind of overlooked that, and you're right. These fun facts are cool. Like I go back to Beast Within, and it says to create the horrifying monster transformation scene, the filmmaker used an assortment of dental implants as well as air bladders, which could be inflated beneath the artificial head, and several ghoulish prosthetics. So they do give you some cool stuff in here.
Yeah, this is a great DVD release of this movie. This is a really cool line, and I think people are gonna watch this now, Garrett, and they're gonna say, "Son of a bitch." Now I gotta go out and start looking. But I'm going to go out and look for these because these look really. Grab a few of them, put them, just sandwich them together real quick, like sideways, like this. Let people
They
see.
all
Look,
match. They all match great.
look how cool that'll look on the shelf too. I mean,
Yep.
and those are 3 big titles.
Mm.
I didn't even see, this is news to me. Like when I wanted to do this, I was like, I always like to do stuff that I'm interested in. To hell with the audience. So like for me, this is really cool because I get to learn about Midnite because I used to see these a lot, Garrett, but I saw a lot of the double features, which
Mm.
they had some great double features, especially if you're an old school fan. But
Mhm.
this is probably one, Garrett. I think everybody has this DVD, and I think everybody kept this DVD.
Because the artwork was so unique for it too. Like it wasn't one that we were used to, growing up. It was just like the head, and it was kind of a cool look that they never really went with again. I don't think this kind of artwork.
There was
Um,
a steel book. I don't think it was an American steel book, but they did do this.
did they?
They did. Well, they did this,
Sure,
and
that's awesome.
I don't know, Garrett. It's funny, Garrett. One day, all this stuff is going to be. It will truly become sought after again, and they're gonna do a line like this again. A Midnight Movies. They're gonna bring it back. Now, what if they put out a giant DVD box set of the Midnight Movies, like a big box set in a
That'd be sick.
a silo? Oh, dude, the
There's
fun
gonna be
facts thing is
some
really
I'm
cool.
missing. Yeah, it is really cool.
There may be. I think Garrett, it was a fairly extensive line. They probably had close to 40 or 50 titles, releases, not necessarily titles, but I think they
Yeah,
had a
I didn't.
number of titles.
I didn't have a chance to eBay them to see if there was a lot I was missing. I'm more like curious about the singles. This title right here, it's a good movie. It's fun. I don't know, like it's an older movie. I don't from the 70s. I don't know where this went. I still have this on my shelf because I don't have an upgraded version. It's the
The people that
people that
time forgot.
time forgot, and it's like they
Look
go
at
on a
that
little
dinosaur.
adventure. It's got dinosaurs in it. It's. I'm gonna look at the fun facts here. Patrick Wayne, who played Ben McBride, the son of Hollywood legend John Wayne. The film was shot in location Canary Islands in England. The People That Time Forgot was nominated for Best Fantasy Film in 1977. So it is a fun movie, but I don't know if this is one that has been released again. And if it does, I do not own it.
Well, look at
But
that artwork with the
I'm
dinosaur. I wonder if it's a stop motion movie.
I'm trying to remember. I don't. See, I'm getting it confused now with like I remember when the Massacre at Dinosaur Valley came out. Like I was like expecting like something so insane, but it really wasn't. So now I'm trying to think if I'm getting this confused with that. But I remember this being fun though. It says right here, it's a surefire box office attraction, delivers daring, diabolical dinosaur fantasy adventure packed with hair-raising beasties and erupting fire. So I got to revisit this thing. It's been a long, long time.
Very cool.
I'm looking at these too because there are a couple in here that I know I had that I don't see anymore. And I'll give it a shout out at the end because I wonder where it is. Okay, this one is a good movie. Now, I don't know if this has another edition, but this is a fantastic movie called Strange Invaders.
Oh wow, look
This
at
is
that
from
one.
'83. This is awesome, dude. But I don't know if this. I don't think I have it in any other edition than
Let's
this.
see.
But this is amazing, man. This is so cool. It's a real fun movie. It's creepy. Let me see. The producer. It has a Blu-ray.
It does have a Blu-ray.
Is it Twilight Time?
It's $18.99 on Amazon. It's a weird looking
that.
Blu-ray case.
Yeah,
let me
that
see
looks
what
like
label it is.
Or something.
Studio that put it out is Allied Vaughn. The hell is that?
Interesting.
It's got good reviews though. Wow.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I like this one a lot. I'm just seeing what it says in the fun facts. Anything kind of cool, but yeah, I would definitely check out Strange Invaders if you guys have not. I'm surprised no other like boutique label has done it because it is a really cool flick. Now, another movie that I had that I don't know where the hell it is Food of the Gods. I'm pretty sure this was on this label.
I think it was. Let me see if I can Google that for the people at home.
That's a cool movie too. It's about these animals that get big. But I have it. I wouldn't have got rid of it unless I own it somewhere else. So Scream Factory must have put it out.
All right, for the folks at home, there it is. Food of the Gods, Midnite Movies. Look at that.
Sick.
They put that out as a double pack with Frogs.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe Frogs must be a Midnite movie too, which I must have somewhere else because I don't have it here on the list. So I must have got rid of it.
I know I have Frogs on DVD, but I know for a fact because it was the first DVD my family ever bought was Frogs, and it was not a Midnite Movies DVD.
It wasn't.
They may have eventually put one out, but I know that there was a standalone Frogs DVD that is not a Midnite Movies DVD. Let me see if it is.
It's probably an MGM at least. That's probably what it is.
It is an MGM. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like it's just a no. Oh my god. They did do a Midnite Movies Frogs. Garrett, they put out Frogs as a Midnite Movies on VHS as well.
Oh yeah, so that's the Frogs that I always had, not VHS, but I always had that one for my Blu-ray, but I mean my DVD. But I'm wondering, did Scream Factory do it? What would I have done with it?
Yeah, Scream Factory did put it out with Food of the Gods, but I had
so that's probably why
I have that DVD. Garrett, this is one of my favorite nature run-amok movies of all time. Frogs.
It's a fun one, man.
Sam Elliott.
It's a fun one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great movie, folks at home. You should get that if you haven't seen it. Frogs is sensational. Damn. I have to look out for that now.
Now, you guys, and maybe even you, Christian, can help me out because there's a couple here that I'm like, have I ever seen these? Or no, this one is not even opened. Oops, sealed. The House on Skull Mountain and the Mephisto Waltz. Double pack.
Oh, look at the art on the Skull Mountain.
But I haven't even opened it. Look.
A lot of these older movies I haven't seen, but I have one other one that's an old one, but you probably have it, the Dr. Phibes one. But
yeah.
No, that's news to me too. But see that's what's so cool about this makes these And I'm not trying to sound disrespectful to the people that are really into the older movies, but this makes those movies fun too on a label like Midnite Movies. And that'd be a fun way to own them. I'm really gonna have to start looking out for these now.
This one I did, it was like a little exploitation kind of stuff. Hell's Bells, The Wild Angels. Um,
Oh wow!
it's
I
been
wonder
a
if those
long
are
time. Peter Fonda, Roger Corman stuff.
very nice.
I'm trying to see if there's any cool fun facts in here, but Wild Angels, Hell's Bells. I'm not sure if these came out again on Blu-ray. I don't own them other than here. But this next one I would recommend. I don't remember seeing this again on physical media like on a Blu-ray. It could very well, but these are fun movies, man, and it's The Incredible Two-Headed Transplant and The Thing with Two Heads.
Look at that.
I would recommend. These are fun, man. These are so fun. It's basically about a guy with two heads. And they go on like adventures and stuff. It's really cool. They're riding motorcycles and all this other crap. But these are really fun movies if you guys haven't seen it. The Thing with Two Heads and The Two-Headed Transplant, which is they're very fun. 70s.
Yeah, that looks cool. I've heard of those movies.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this one if you guys haven't seen it. This other one, this just got released from Vinegar Syndrome, and you got Morons from Outer Space and Alien from LA.
See, I like that better.
These are fun. These are 80s. But Alien LA came out from Vinegar Syndrome. Morons from Outer Space, I don't know if that's been out again.
That is a great title.
Morons from Outer Space.
What are you watching?
Morons from Outer Space.
Oh man, that is so cool. That may be my favorite one so far.
This is a good one. I have the Arrow Blu-ray of this. They did a hell of a job with it. It's the Count Yorga collection. I actually like these a lot.
I never bought that box set. Tell me about Count Yorga.
I like it. It's fun. I mean, again, I'm not really like well versed in like Hammer style stuff, so like it wasn't really something that I'm like really familiar with. But I mean, these were fun, man. It was very like.
Is it comedy? Is it horror? Is it?
No, it's horror, but it feels to me like, and I'm looking at back to see if it is, but it feels like made for TV kind of horror movies from back in like the 70s or something like that, where, you know, I don't want to say it's like Salem's Lot, it's not, but like it really resembles like, you know, Kochak the Night Stalker or something like that. Like, I mean, I thought these were fun vampire movies. Like they were taken very serious and you know, kind of slow burn type of stuff, but I really like these a lot. But it's again, I don't know if this is Hammer, but it feels very like
I don't think Yorga
Dracula AD or whatever. So, but yeah, I would recommend that Arrow one if you guys don't have it, because I thought that was a really good set.
I should have grabbed that. I feel like an idiot. I hate doing these shows.
Little Count Yorga Arrow. It's got to be still available. It only came out probably a year ago.
Oh, they got a standard version.
It's got both of them though, right?
Well, they have the. Okay, I can get the Count Yorga collection. That's weird. Does $64 sound right for that box set, the premium box set?
I don't remember how much it cost me.
Okay, so I can.
Seems a little high, to be honest with you.
It does seem a little bit high.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have a standard Count Yorga collection for $30. Now I don't know what that means though. I want the box set.
See, I mean, I don't know how fast some of these arrows sell out.
2-disc standard version for $30. I have to see what that looks like.
That's what the cover art of mine looks like. Mine's a thick box.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what I'd have to look into more. I don't want to waste the audience time with this, but I'll have to look more into that as to what that is.
I would say this double feature is another like memorable one for the line, and that is Deranged and Motel Hell. I feel like everybody kind of had this one because this was like the only way to get these movies for a while, and I love both of these movies. 70s Deranged, Motel Hell is from the 80s. I know Scream Factory did Motel Hell, obviously, but somebody else did Deranged. I don't think it was Scream Factory though, because I do have it.
I don't know if that was
Maybe it was
Scorpion.
Arrow. It might have been actually. Um,
I don't know.
I'm looking at my Scorpion stuff over here, but someone else is Drage. Drage is a really, really good movie. This is one my uncle got me really into early when I got into horror. It was one that he really enjoys. So I always had a fondness for Deranged. But yeah, this is another one that I feel like when it comes to double features, a lot of people in the horror community had this one because it was the only way to get these two movies together. So again, those are the only really midnight movie ones that I have. There's definitely more because I'm trying to think. Like I remember I had The Pit. I don't know if that was midnight movies, but it was a double pack with something else. But I think I must have got rid of it when I got the Scream Factory stuff. But they did some double features, MGM did, which kind of fell in the same line. They weren't necessarily midnight movies, but they were very similar. And this is Kochak the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler. This is a really, really cool addition. Now I know this is out by, I believe Kino put this out and as well, and this is a fun made for TV type of movie. I dig these ones a lot from the 70s.
Did you have
really
this one?
I'd recommend?
The Abominable Dr. Phibes.
I do have that. Where the hell is it? But
Dr. Phibes. I like these movies.
That's another one I feel like a lot of people had that one.
Yeah. I just noticed something really weird. Okay, so I was texting you about this earlier. I was like, "Oh man, they did midnight movies for Teen Wolf." They didn't. But here's what's weird. You have this?
These are the ones I have. So these are the ones I'm talking about where it was like it was the same, but instead of saying midnight movies, it just said MGM double feature. So
but watch this, Garrett. This is what's interesting. The backs are very similar.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said it was like at the beginning. I'm like, they did almost like an offshoot of the line, and they did like this other like,
yeah, and even the front, like with the crooked posters.
Yeah,
like wow, dude, this is how I got my education on Teen Wolf. Like this is how I saw both of these movies. Was this DVD release? Classic.
When these came out together as a kid, I'm such a Teen Wolf mark. I went nuts for this because I just had the VHS tapes, but when they were both housed together, I was like, oh hell yeah. You know, because I'm a big fan of both of these movies. So yeah, this is these double features to me always kind of felt like they were part of this line, but they weren't, because when you look at some of the other ones they did, Troll and Troll 2, I mean,
that's a legendary DVD. I don't care what anybody says. Is he flipping the bird?
No, he's like saying come here.
It looks like he's going.
And then you got Poltergeist 2 and 3 in that similar vein.
Yeah, those are great, man. I love that shit.
And then the last one was Ghoulies 2 and Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2.
See that I feel is like a cult DVD. Look at that.
Get the two guys in the toilet.
That's great. And I wonder if that stuff stays in print because it's a different format. And none of these companies are putting these movies out on DVD. I wonder if like MGM's like, well, we'll retain the rights for the DVD releases.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Since that's the highest selling format still, we'll just keep our. That's so cool.
But yeah, this was a cool line too. I don't know how many more of these double features they had, but it looks nice. Everything's lined up, the spines, the yellow, and then it pretty much, like I said, it basically matches these midnight movies. Like I have these together on my shelf over there, and the only real difference when you look at it from the side is it goes from blue to yellow at the top. Like basically instead of midnight movies, it just says double feature. Like it's basically exactly
look how
the
cool
same
that
with the
is.
pictures on the bottom.
You keep those on the shelves together?
Yep. Yeah. So
now, Garrett, you know what I had? I said Midnight Madness to you earlier, and you were like, "Oh, I thought you were talking about this." I thought, okay, I'm making something up. I'm not making something up.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because when you said Dead Heat, I was like, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, I have a lot of that line on DVD actually too. Now, is that an MGM line? Or
that is it. Well, it's Image Entertainment, and I don't remember who put out Dead Heat. That sounds like a video for a different day.
All right, we could do like a little sequel like this.
That could be a sequel.
Yeah. So I mean, we've been talking for about 30 minutes on this, nostalgic kick during the DVD days of collecting back in the early 2000s. And like we said, a lot of these are staples in a lot of people's collection. A lot of these you ended up finding at dollar stores, like a lot of these double features and stuff like that. And you kind of bringing up the Midnight Madness line, that could be a transition to a future video. So if it is something you guys want us to talk about, because I know they did Blu-rays, I know they did DVD as well. And a lot of that stuff now on the Midnight Madness line has now gone off and been released by people like Vinegar Syndrome and stuff like that. So
show them that cool. Ghoulies really quick. Show them that Ghoulies DVD. Like Ghoulies, dude. Why is that artwork so good? Like
they're all kind of funky. Like this one is super funky looking.
Dude, they're jacked. Like look at the one in the back. Damn.
He means business. But then like this Poltergeist one is like super weird too.
I love it. Look at that. Look at that.
And then
are they sturdy cases?
Oh yeah, these are like there was no eco at this point.
Dude,
this
but
was
look at that. There's something about that artwork that is like so there's something about that artwork I love so much on Troll and Ghoulies. Like there's something about
it's different. I mean, this isn't the main artwork because I have the Full Moon Troll DVD and it's got the other artwork on it. So yeah, this was kind of like a different art. And that's what they kind of did was they kind of did their own like little thing when it came to the artwork. But I thought this was a good idea too, man. Like what a trip down memory lane this was. I haven't looked at these in forever, but I would love to know what else there was that was really cool that I don't have. Like I said, there are a lot I had, like Frogs, Food of the Gods. The Pit, I think, might have been one. I think Hellgate was with it. I don't remember, but a lot of that stuff, once Scream Factory acquired it, I kind of got rid of a lot of it, but I kept, these are the ones I think probably the only ones I still have left.
When are you going to when are you going to get rid of your nice TV, throw it in the trash, go out there and get yourself a 50-inch, 60-inch plasma and just rock the MGM DVDs because they'll look good in plasma.
I'm still trying to get a damn white VHS CRT. I've been like on the hunt for one of those things. They're not easy to acquire. White is hard. I have a black one, but
see, you got to put it behind you so we can see it, and you got to have like a VHS playing.
Yeah, I mean, see where that pumpkin is back there? I think that's actually propped up on something right now because you can't see it in the frame. So I'm thinking about building a little shelf that goes there and that on like wheels or something, and then I can just replace what's on the top. I can either have the CRT up there or that thing or the Vinegar Syndrome thing or whatever. But yeah, I'm still troubleshooting this room here.
So me and Sydney have to go out to see her parents this weekend, and she's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna say, hey, I gotta go run a Second and Charles again, and I gotta look for those Troll DVDs. I may have Troll. I'm not sure. I might have Ghoulies as well, but I don't think so because I'm pretty sure watching the Scream Factory Blu-ray was the first time I saw Ghoulies 1 and 2 on a disc. Mm-hmm. So I may not have those. But, dude, that's kind of the sleeper hit of this whole video, if I'm being honest. Those MGM DVDs, they look so freaking cool, dude. Like,
I think you can probably find these pretty easy, and if you can't...
Look how killer that is.
I'm sure somebody out there is probably like, just take mine. I've got so yeah, it's different. I mean,
message me on the Instagram. Let's negotiate. I got a Jaws too. No, I don't. Not for that. Not for that. Not for that. Not for that.
Like I got this Freddy glove.
This is cool, dude. I love doing shit like this. So if you ever want to do the Midnight Madness down the road, but I tell you what, somebody asked me to do, and I don't care if we do this here on your channel down the road. I'm sure if I say this, the comment section is gonna be like, "Oh, please do that." I get a message once every 3 or 4 days from somebody saying, "Dude, you have to do a video on the Dimension Extreme titles."
I got a lot of them,
and I said, well, if I did it, I'd have to have somebody do it with me because I don't have a whole lot. And I don't mind if we could do that if you want to do that on your channel. Since you have the bulk of the movies, I wouldn't feel like a pimp, like I'm just hoeing people out. Down the road, if you want to do that, or we do a live stream for Dimension Extreme, we do a multicast and make it the biggest event on the internet. Because people
let me know, because I would probably want to go back and rewatch some of these ones that I don't remember because like,
we can
book so many that I'm like, I don't remember what Zombie Diaries is about.
Yeah, let's let that let's let that sizzle.
Sure.
We'll book that. We can make that a live premium event. We can make that a live event.
Guys, let us know in the comments down below if that's something you want to do, and we'll make it like a big premium event, maybe at end of the summer bash or something like that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That'd be great.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
perfect.
get a lot of requests for that Dimension Extreme. But Midnight Madness is fun, guys. This is another fun thing for you guys to go out and about. Look at your cheap, sections. Get a couple of these. Look, if you guys have those game exchanges right now, they do a thing with DVDs at mine, and I think they're a big enough chain to where they have the same kind of sales. $4.95 DVDs, buy two get one free.
Dude, I
So
have none of those stores around here. I have GameStop. That's it.
I know, and people are like, "Oh yeah, GameStop's selling Blu-rays and 4Ks now," and I'm like, I'm still not walking in a goddamn GameStop because all they're gonna do is say, "Can I get your membership? What's your email?
Yeah,
What's
right.
your number?"
Right.
I do not want to
I don't
deal
even
with
know where
that.
they're gonna put them, man. Because I look at my GameStop and it's like, I'm like, where are they gonna put the movies? This place is like packed to the brim with like
Well,
video games.
I don't know. They may start clearing shelves because a lot of people are buying games on their systems already, so they're
But
not
I will
being
tell you
ordered.
this: they I don't know if it was around you, but GameStop had a store called Movie Stop for a while, and it was probably
Never
like
heard of
my
it.
all-time favorite freaking store, dude. I got so much from my collection from Movie Stop, like that's where I pre-ordered. I went in and I did this thing with them where it's like, hey, every Scream Factory movie that comes out, I put me on the pre-order because if you pre-ordered from them, you got like a discount on the movie. Like, let's say it was $20. If I did a pre-order, it would be 18. It's like, so
Hmm.
what I said was I had a deal with them. Like every time something Scream Factory come out, just put me on the pre-order. So I would go there like on Tuesday and they would just hand me the stack of Scream Factory stuff that came out every week or 2 weeks or whatever. And they did, you could sell, buy, sell. I bought so much used stuff. Their horror section was insane. Like I would go in there, they'd be just used horror for like $2.99 DVDs. They had a contest one time, like best collection, and I won. You had to send them pictures and they put it on their Facebook. And I ended up winning best collection, and they sent me a shit ton of freaking movies as like a prize.
Oh
At
wow.
the time, yeah, it was pretty cool. And then all of a sudden, like they just went under all of them, and it was basically a side project of the GameStop. So I mean, I would love to see that come back out, especially now. I mean,
Right.
it would be so killer because I have nowhere around here that does DVD or any kind of used stuff except for like we have a Savers, which is basically like a thrift store, and that's it. Like I've got nothing that has used physical media at all. So it's sad.
There you go. There you
But
go. Oh,
man, thank you for coming on and doing this and talking about these old school things with me. And guys, if you like the stuff we've been doing, him and I talking about some of this old stuff, go to his channel at Planet CHH because that's where you're going to find more episodes dropped that we kind of talk about some of this old school stuff. So it's always fun doing this, going down memory lane. I love it because again, being in this room here and looking around, I have so many things that I'm like, oh, I could, let's talk about these old school things here. So just keep guys in the comments, just keep the ideas flowing, and we'll talk about it and see if there'd be something we can kind of work on. Number one, and number two, let us know down below when it comes to these MGM titles. Do you have memories with these things? Is there other ones that I totally missed out on that I need? And let me know down below because I'm gonna end up checking those out when we're done here, anyways, and see if there's any cool ones that maybe just passed me by. So, man, you got
same.
anything going on in your channel, Christian, that you want to promote?
Um, No, I do want to promote unitacandles.com, guys. I drop videos every day pretty much, and I really don't know what's coming. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on. I got a list of stuff, but if you haven't tried, if you're into candles or wax melts, please check us out at Unita Candles. We just had a big sale with Sleepaway Camp. We sold out of that. We did Belial melts for the release. See, if you're into the physical media world, I do a lot of releases based off of movies that are coming out. So with the 4K of Basket Case, we did a Belial. And I actually, guys, go follow the Instagram. You Need a Candles. Look us up on Instagram. I just gave away my release of Basket Case on Blu-ray with a slip to anybody. If you ordered 2 melts, you're in a raffle. If you ordered 3 melts, we gave away a melt. All right. We do these sales a lot. And somebody, we already did the raffle. Somebody's going home with an Arrow Blu-ray of Basket Case over at Unita
Sick.
Candles, guys. So please, our quality is insane. It makes wax melts fun, make your house smell good. Some of you collectors out there, if you want broads to come over, make the place smell good. Okay, Unita Candles can supply it, and you can do it in style. So please go follow the Instagram, go check our website out. We still have a ton of stock on there of older stuff we do, and we got a lot of great stuff coming up for the summer. We always do it big during the summertime. So unitycandles.com and follow the Instagram page to stay up to date with all the giveaways and stuff we do. That's what I want to promote.
Awesome, man. I'll leave the link for the Instagram down in the description so you guys can check that out, follow them, and see when the next drop is. And man, thank you again so much for checking this out. And everybody who's watching this, I appreciate you guys checking this out as well. This is Garrett at Born to Be Rad, and like always, stay